Hey, what's up? Well, hello there. My name is HW.
Hey, I'm the Sooze.
Sooze, today we're talking about not just the top 5 free Kemper profiles. No. The top 5 free Kemper packs.
Full packs.
That's how many packs are in the free pack. We put out so many free packs over the years, and I think quietly sometimes we have dropped some stuff in the free pack. Did you even know there were 5 in there?
I did not.
I forgot there were 5 in there, but I did know at one point.
Right.
There's actually more. There's more.
Yeah, way more.
But these are 5 full packs.
Full packs,
The others, there were like some mini kind of things I did. Sometimes I get an amp and I'd do like, here's 7 profiles.
Yeah.
And for us, that's like a mini pack.
Like a taster pack.
Yeah.
You know?
Like those small cans of soda you get.
Yeah. Mini cans of
Mini
Tone.
cans. This is a 65 England EF86.
Yeah.
4.3. And this is an old like, there's been a million like Voxy kind of boutique amps, and this is one of them, and this was a good one, but this is the EF86 channel.
The London, right? 65 amps. Yeah, London.
Yeah, the London, yeah. We call it the England. But it's in here. We got the full thing. It's all available for download at the link below.
Yeah.
But let's hear the 12AX7 channel, and then let's show them some of the other amps that are in here. About the same gain range, and sounds like this. Very
so
cool.
Yeah.
I like this one. I like this amp a lot, and it's one of those ones. I don't remember why it was free. I don't remember.
This was an amp, actually, I used a lot on the Worship 100, and I just would cycle through, and I'm like, it sounds so good, and you're like, actually, that's free. I was like, well, it's one of my favorites. So,
yeah. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, it's in there. It's free.
Give it a try.
Yeah, give that a try. It'll cost you nothing. In addition, here's the most recent free thing we did. Here's the, I'll give this to you all clean, and we'll verb it up.
Yeah.
Here's B2 of the BC15. This is a Bad Cat kind of 15-watt thing, but with 2 10s. And what do we got here? We got a natural verb on, and we got some delay. I don't know how this will sound, but I'm sure it'll sound good. This is also, we did like some, well, we put this out with a big demo thing. For some reason, I thought we did a worship thing with this.
We might have, or like a template or something. But
chances are good here. It sounds like this. So that's like the bright channel. I think this is more on the warmer channel, and sounds like this. I'll give you a little dirt too. Free.
Super cool.
100% free.
Would you call that Voxy? Is that a
yeah? I'd say both of these are Voxy in a way that like everything tastes like chicken, everything sounds like a Vox. This to me is most categorized like that focus sound is like a 210. That's really what makes this thing sound different than a lot of other things. There's no EF86 here, so it's like the pre that just 12AX7. It's like a, but they're all modified a bit to sound. Nothing sounds like a real AC. And that's kind of by design. Yeah. So here's the Divide Deluxe. So the Divide Deluxe is like a little Tweed Deluxe, but Divided by 13 made their own version of it. And when they make their own versions of amps, they really are kind of significantly different. Like they're not shy about changing things up. Like their Marshall, the LDW, is a great amp, and really different than a Marshall. This was a great amp I sold to a buddy named Ryan, who's a Tone Junkie fan. He probably is watching this video. I think he has the amp now, or he sold it probably long ago. But it's like a Tweed Deluxe, but with
combo,
tweaks.
right? Yeah, combo.
Little tiny combo. Not like a vintage one.
Yeah.
And not that that's bad. I would say better. It's a better amp than the vintage
there you
ones.
Go.
Yeah. quite a bit like fuller in the low mids,
Yeah.
you know, like quite a bit different. There's also these B ones, which I think were for bright.
Okay.
So here's like the same thing, but like bright, I guess. It was a boost. There's a boost switch that like gave a ton of gain. I remember this.
Okay.
That I think it was foot switchable on the amp, which is one of the things that made it a lot more useful. You had
that's cool.
somewhere else to go. It just like juiced the gain way up. But it was a thick sounding kind of big amp. I'm going to just roll the definition up a little bit.
Right.
Give us a little more neutral, like balanced sound, but killer. Lovely.
I like that a lot.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Oldie but a goodie. This is actually a pack. Man, I think we made this free. I later went on a thing where I was like, the AC30 and the 65 Deluxe Reverb should be free on every platform.
Okay.
And I think that's been mostly true.
Yeah.
I've made it free on Tonex, Kemper. I believe it's free on Helix. This was one that was sold and then later made free. Like kind of years after it came out.
Okay.
And then, you know, I did some liquid profiles of this amp too. But these are the non-liquid ones that we made some years ago. Here is just a classic 65 Deluxe Reverb vibrato channel 3, meaning the amp's just straight up. This is how I would turn on the amp and plug into it.
Yeah.
This is exactly what I would go for. And honestly, I would never in real life ask anything more of the amp. I would just plug it in. That's how it sounds.
Yeah.
And I'd use pedals if I wanted more, you know?
That sounds like an electric guitar.
That is my favorite sound that we've played so far. Nothing against those other amps. They're cool.
Yeah.
But this is my favorite.
Yeah.
65 Deluxe Reverb V3. That's usually the 3 is how I would set the amps myself. You know, just at 5. It sounds great. There's there's other channels here too. There's like a vibrato. I mean, here's like with a Klon on it. You know, just a little bit. Yeah, dude. One of my
crunch,
favorite.
Yeah.
One of my favorite sounds of all time. Here's a tube screamer on it. Yeah.
Classic pairing.
Very classic
Strat
pairing.
and a deluxe reverb and a tube screamer.
And there's let's see, what do we do here? Like here's the end channel if you're into that. I am sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's just as good.
It's pretty nice, man.
That's the one.
That's free?
That's free. But if there wasn't, if it wasn't free, this would be my favorite. Back here, 66 AC30. Now, these are unique because I did them with one microphone.
Oh, okay.
I went this little phase where I realized John Mayer uses an SM7B live, and that's it. All his amps, whether it's the Bandmaster or the John uses Dumbles. I know, but lately he's been playing. Most recently, he was playing Dumbles with the Bandmaster in stereo. Now we don't know what's up with that Bandmaster either. Could be stock. I think
could be a Dumble inside.
Could be Ultraphonics Bandmaster. Yeah. So, but that's his live sound.
Yeah.
You know, so if you ever heard John live and he has great sound, you always look back there. They're just SM7Bs. They're great live mics and they're cool. In the studio, that's not the case, but for live, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Now, he doesn't pair it with this speaker. His is always with the 65s, the G12 65s by Celestion. But it just got me on a track where I was like, let me just try this with everything.
Okay.
And it works with a lot of stuff. And so it worked with this amp really well. And we had never done an AC30 like this before. We had always used ribbons and stuff. And so I thought, you know, this is cool. So here's the jumper channel of the AC30 66 with just an SM7B on it. And I made all these free.
Okay.
And I think it sounds really good. I think for live, it's a killer thing.
Yeah.
Is it as true as sitting in the, does it sound like the amp in the room? Not as much as I think pairing a couple mics together.
Yeah.
Does it quite capture all that an AC30 can do? Maybe not, but live, I think it's a great voice for an AC30.
Cool.
Up the clarity a little bit, and I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll bring this back to number 2, and we're really going to hear it clean.
This is like jumpered or something?
I might even up the gain. Both channels, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, both channels jumpered together.
Nice.
Here's a little cleaner.
That's cool.
You get that kind of kerrang, and the breakup you hear in an amp like this is that you have multiple stages hitting one phase inverter, because the channels get summed to one stage.
Okay.
So when you plug them both in, now it's getting signal from both.
Okay.
And it's being amplified by earlier stages of both, and then it hits it. And that's where you get the breakup. Same thing as you get in a plexi. The reason you get a lot more breakup when you jumper the channels in a plexi is same thing. They share a phase inverter tube, so it's one stage now getting pummeled.
It's like too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's also why, like, even when you don't turn up the plexis all the way up, you get a lot more gain by jumpering the channels, because it's not the power stage that's breaking up. It is if you turn it all the way up.
Yeah.
But you also get the phase inverter breakup sound.
Okay.
And so there's a little bit of that going on whenever you jumper an amp.
Okay.
It's a very classic like plexi sound. But here is number 3 of the Brilliant channel. So this is just the Brilliant channel, and it's a compressed sort of thing that's great. I like it. It's a very check it out.
Yeah, that's a good sound.
Yeah, it's a good sound. It's not the like wide open AC30 in the room thing.
Yeah.
Which is more what you would get with a ribbon in there too.
Yeah.
This is like, an SM7B is a lot like is pretty much just a 57, but I don't know why they've changed the curve the way they've done it, but that makes it a more well-rounded mic for vocals, for this, for that, which is what people love the SM7B for.
Right. You know what I'm sitting here thinking?
What's that?
You don't need to buy profiles.
0. Don't buy anything.
These are all free.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's like a lot more in the folder besides just these. But
yeah, this video should be called "You Don't Need to Buy Any Profiles."
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, and it's not just from us. Like, there's free stuff. All go try them all. I mean, these are great. This would be enough for me to use, like on a recording or a live session or whatever.
Yeah, you really don't need to buy anything. That would be my message to people. I said there was a period of time where I was saying this a lot.
Yeah.
You do not need to buy anything to get a great sound out of any of these modelers.
Right.
Just go get a Tone Junkie free pack for any of the modelers.
Yeah.
You're going to be in business. But I'll tell you personally, I know what it's like being... I just had an experience where I was getting ready to play a little thing, and I needed to play on an acoustic guitar. And
what's an acoustic guitar?
believe it or not, they have these guitars that you can plug in, but
Not
they're
like
not
this?
electric.
Wow.
No, not even that guitar unplugged is an acoustic
It's a different
guitar.
thing.
No.
Crazy. Wow.
But I had to play acoustic guitar, and I have a Martin, and it was giving me a little trouble. It needs to be set up and stuff, and but it was such a comfortable guitar to play was my little Taylor GS Mini.
Oh, yeah.
Great little, and I've been playing it. It's a shorter scale, and man, I play that thing around the house, and it's so comfortable. And I thought, man, if I could get this thing sounding like $1 million, I would really prefer to just play this.
Yeah.
So you know what I did? I went on, shout out Worship Tutorials. I went on Worship Tutorials, and I didn't hit up Brian or Bradford and say, hey, by the way, we're friends, and I drove all the way to your house recently.
Ate your burgers.
Yeah, ate your burgers and spent all that electricity in my in my Tesla, and you didn't even let me plug in when you were there. No, I didn't say any of
No,
that.
none of that.
But instead, I went on their website and I just bought the free pack. And by buy, I mean I just downloaded the free pack.
You got the free pack. Yeah.
Got the free pack. They had some acoustic IRs in there.
Okay.
And I instantly just went, that's it. That sounds great. I could exhaust my ears by downloading a million packs and listening this and this. Would I find something I like better? Probably.
Yeah.
Sure. There was some variation. I literally tried 3 acoustic IRs, and then I went, that sounds fine. That sounds good.
That's going to be good.
And then I spent the time dialing in my compressor because for this thing we were talking about, I had to do some finger picking and some strumming. And it was much, to me, more important that the compressor be right correct. And I used in the stomp. People are like, hey, Chevy, you're talking about the Helix now. Okay, but I used just the 1073 that's in there. And I just made it so it was like whether I was picking or strumming, it was pretty much the same volume. So there's a lot of limiting going on. I actually just used the limiter on it. And I went, this sounds tremendous. This is good enough for this gig. You know, this isn't, I'm not obsessing over this. It sounds great. I'm going to be able to go and play and get the job done. And while I'm doing it, know that my guitar sounds incredible. And it was free. And it made me think, what a great, that's so awesome.
So awesome.
And it's so awesome that I was able to do that, get a great sound for free. I didn't put in $10 and then was kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
I didn't put, you know what I mean? I could go spend $50 and I'll find a little better thing.
Totally.
It'll get marginally better.
Yeah.
And maybe that's something fun to do. But I had to get it done in a few hours and I had to dial it in. I had about an hour to do it and I did it.
Yeah.
And it was great. And I think whether you buy a Tone X, whether you buy a Helix, whether you buy a Kemper, whether you buy whatever, you just went to a church, right, this weekend and showed up. And what do they have on stage?
Just as a guest, they had a Kemper sitting on the stage, and
Right
I
there.
brought my whole pedal board with Tone X. I was like, I'm going to play this.
You could have just played that.
Yeah.
And you could have at that moment, let's say you didn't have Tone X on your board. You could have just plugged into that Kemper.
Yeah, true. Just as an amp.
Yeah. Just being able to plug in or just being able to even probably they have the opportunity to just put a Kemper on stage and tell their church, there's an AC, there's a deluxe reverb, pick your flavor. There's 30 on there. There's 30, there's 30 or someone goes through them. There's 11 on there. You know, just pick your flavor. That's like just telling the guitar player, trust us, it'll sound good. Just put your drives through that. And
Totally. I've read that complaint a lot that this is an expensive unit and then you have to pay hundreds of dollars just to buy more stuff. And it's really only if you're a Tone Junkie or like you like trying stuff, like, which is like, that's us, but if you just get one of these and you want to sound good, there's the level of entry, the barrier to entry is 0. Like you just go buy the free stuff or get the free stuff, like you said, and give it a try. Yeah. And it might help you decide which one you like. And so then you can go get more divided stuff or more 65 collection or whatever. So,
it's awesome that like Tone X has ToneNet and you can try all this stuff and Quad Cortex has the cloud. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have given away free stuff from every single pack we've given away forever. Like I've had free stuff from in the emails from every pack that's been released. Yeah. There's been 2 or 3 free
samples in there
just so you can try it out.
Yeah.
And it always says at the bottom of the email, try before you buy or just enjoy,
Totally.
Because maybe you want to try a dual rec, but you're not going to buy the whole thing. And it's like, this is a cool sound.
Right. And now you have it for free.
Yeah, you got it. And you're probably never going to use it. But enjoy. You know what I mean? Probably never use it. I have how many sounds we have that we'll never use?
Dude, so many. Thousands.
But who cares?
Thousands, yeah.
But who cares? It's like...
that's the Tone Junkie life,
That's it. The Tone Junkie life. Go download these for free. So you want to play us out? Yeah. Let's go back to my favorite sound.
By the way, while you're looking for this, I had an idea for a future video.
Please.
Tone roulette. Like you're like, I don't know how this is going to sound. I just spun the dial, but like it sounds like this. That could be a whole thing. We don't know how it's going to sound. Picking effects at random.
That is a good... I wish there was a randomizer button. That should be on here.
That's a great...
Hey, Christoph. Randomizer button.
This is going to be a video that pops
pulls
up
up
sometime.
a random profile and random effects.
That's actually really great. I would do that. Kill your boredom with the randomizer button.
Yeah. Well, I did suggest to him a tremolo, that every hit of the tremolo would pull up a different rig. right? Remember that?
Yes.
We did that in the interview, and he laughed at it, and then he went, "It's actually a good idea."
Right. Maybe that's why the tremolo is taking so long.
That's why it's taking so long. Maybe they're doing that.
Wow.
All right, here's the 65 Deluxe Reverb V3. This is my favorite sound. I think I could just have this. I could play a Sunday with this. I could play a whatever gig with this. A lot of people do.
Yeah. Well.
And I've been HW.
Ben Sooze.
That was one rig. We didn't even talk about there were pedals on there.
Also free.